Hello, ladies and I've just had a stroke. Hello there, folks. How are we doing? Are we all good? Welcome back to the Power Rangers Cyberstrike campaign. I am, as always, Twitch the Person. Welcome in. Hello. Hello, hello. So, as per usual, we're going to do a little bit of I'm going to introduce the cast of the campaign and do a little bit of a recap. Prefixing, this might be a little bit of a shorter session due to time constraints. But other than that, I hope you enjoy, and we will continue where we left off from the last time. Hello there, folks.
Hello.
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 So,
Hi.
hello. As I just said, this might be a little bit of a shorter session due to time constraints and other commitments outside of the game, such as real life. Real life is important. You have to deal with it. It is an unfortunate fact of humanity.
Boo. Do we
Yeah.
have to, though?
Sadly, yes.
Conflicts are part of D&D.
Yeah. 100% scheduling conflicts, they happen, but it's okay. And it's a good thing that I was able to have the time to plan around it. So we should be all good. Some things will be different this session, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Such as there is no battle map, because I couldn't build one in a way that would suit the needs properly. So my description telling skills are going to be great. So,
Theater of the mind.
Exactly. So, introducing our cast as always. We have Chocolate Zombie playing the role of Marika Hammond, the Red Cyberstrike Ranger.
Hello.
Playing the role of Arrow, we have Cryptic Cyanogen, the Yellow Cyberstrike Ranger.
Nova, the voices are speaking to me again.
Running joke.
I've been telling you my name is Dende.
Playing the role of the Blue Cyberstrike Ranger Nova, we have Deluna13.
Yeah, no time for that. We got a green motherfucker looking at us right now. I don't trust him.
Playing the role of Scott, the Cyberstrike Green Ranger, it's the internet's Mr. Hardluck.
You would all better duck, because I'm about to turn left, and I don't want to hit you with my sticks.
That has two meanings. Playing the role of the Cyberstrike Black Ranger and Resident Catman, it is Rosso06 as Dwayne.
Meow.
And rounding out the team of 6, playing our one and only Alpha Sentinel, Orchid, is the Proto Ranger, played by Dynamo Tom.
I duck.
That's, yeah, just they duck. They duck.
Yeah, I duck. Yeah.
Yes. So, been a hot minute. Let's see if my recollection of the last session is right and my notes are as organized as I made them. So, the last session or episode of Power Rangers Cyberstrike, the Cyberstrike team made their way to a planet that turned out it was decimated and utterly ruined by the forces of Dark Spectre. So much so that their brand new companion slash pet, the oddly tempered putty known that has become to be known as Pungus, almost recognized not the planet itself, but the devastation that caused the planet. This, in turn, gave the Rangers something to contemplate at a later date, as well as Professor Daxia. Upon making planetfall, the Rangers headed towards what could only be described as the ruins of a capital city of this civilization. However, as they traveled there in the dropship, there were signs of life after the destruction. Small settlements being created, mismannered in ways of eking out an existence in a desolate wasteland. The Rangers did some preliminary scouting, and what they found was rather horrific. There were fossilized bodies of the denizens of this planet huddled together in one of the makeshift homesteads. Making their way further into the city, they were following the power output of the mysterious mineral that they have been tracking since they became Rangers. But they were also getting the feeling that they were being watched. Upon entering the main tower at the center of the city, which seemed to be where the hub of everything emanated, the signal grew stronger, and they decided to split into 2 teams. 3 of them went up, 3 of them went down. However, the team that went to the lower levels and ended up in what could only be described as a metro station, like an underground subway connecting the entire city together, they found a small room that looked as if it was powering, almost like it was like a power battery for the entire tower. That wasn't 100% working. It's in this room that the entire team reconvened as the team that went further up the tower decided to retreat back down and join their comrades, only to be confronted by Trek, the betrayer of the Supersonic Rangers and the former Supersonic Green Ranger, in his Psycho Ranger visage. Trek, using his considerably strong negative morphing grid abilities, we'll call them, subdued the Rangers before they were able to make their escape. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we rejoin our heroes now. So, you have been pretty much rendered... Oops. Sorry, the music restarted. You have all been rendered... It's almost like you're all encased in a like a barrier of sorts individually. And Trek, the Psycho Ranger, Psycho Green, he's before you. How's that for audio? Is that all right? Because I can only... That's better.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's in front of you right now. He has you at his mercy, but he's not attacking. He's almost, in fact, he's snickering to himself as if he planned for this to happen. What do you do?
You seem happy with yourself.
The dagger in his hand kind of flashes away in like just a flash of like this disgusting green energy, and his suit powers down, and in front of you is a person who looks eerily similar to Scott, but you can see the differences. His face is far more gaunt. like his features have been defined, but in all the wrong ways. Of course. This was my plan, you see. So, you are Zybria's new fancy toys. I expected so much more.
Give us a minute. We might surprise you.
The arrogance of a true ranger. Tell me, what was your plan? Come to this planet, find the general that you so hoped to bring to justice after his betrayal?
You make it seem like this was your plan all along.
Your naivete is something I don't miss. You're all the same. What if I was to tell you that the dear general hasn't been on your side for a very long time? In fact,
I think we'd all
you?
honestly kind of figured that the instant that he tried, or that he started talking shit on us.
Yeah, he's kind of a dick, honestly.
I'd just call him General Douchebag.
Well,
I mean, he is a douchebag in general.
well, you see, that's how he was programmed.
God damn it, he was a robot.
Oh, nothing's so crass. No. It's at this point, Psycho Green, or Trek, as he moves a little bit more into the light, you see he's wearing like an all black like combat outfit, and he's got on like just a really haggard looking black trench coat. And he walks over to he walks over to a console and types in a few commands, and it brings up like on a holo TV. This was a few months ago. You see, your dear general decided to go out on a mission with himself and some of his best. And they came here, looking for anything to help in the cause. So on. It's here that they fell into my grasp. Oh, the experiments I could perform. You see, the power gifted to me by Dark Spectre has shown me visions of the grid that only you could hope to dream.
Considering Dark Spectre is a creature of the grid himself, I'm not surprised.
Oh. It looks like you know a little bit more information than even I was led to believe. Well, as you can see,
Above Game, we knew that, right?
Yes. The professor did say that was a theory.
It's a theory. It's a theory. You don't know the thing, but you've kind of just had it confirmed by Craig.
Okay, I didn't want to feel like I was saying something we didn't have knowledge of.
No. It was a theory. It was there. So yeah. On the holo TV, you see various of the general's men being like they're attached to, of course, basically what are operating tables, and they're hooked up to what you can see as parts of that mineral that you've been tracking, but also something else, something that looks eerily familiar to you, Scott.
Okay.
you would recognize it, as the morphers of the Supersonic Squadron. Or the Supersonic Rangers, I should say. Sorry, not Squadron. That's a different team. As you can see, I have been left this planet to deal with anything I please so long as I attend the missions that are given to me by... Now, I will admit my initial findings have borne no fruit. It would seem that I am now incompatible with, shall we say, your positive side of the morphing grid.
Well, being a dick to your team certainly would do that. How did that happen, by the way?
How did I destroy the Supersonic Rangers? It was easy enough. You see, Ace, the red Supersonic Ranger, thought himself oh so grandiose and above everyone else. Most seers do. My empathy was always a drastic downfall of the team, and I was never a team player, and my machinations didn't fit in with the dynamic of the Power Rangers, and was so full of himself. So it was easy, you see, to just use his own powers against him. It's just tragic that the others had to fall with him. I'd have been happy with the one, but such is war. Dark Spectre's voice reached out to me, and he showed me that I was squandering this power. Now here I am, God amongst mortals.
Wait, you got benched? And for that you turned evil?
He gets right up in your face, Dwayne, and all of a sudden, the green, barrier you're around starts to, surge. Make me... What can I make him... Make me a willpower check, please.
Willpower, that's smart, sir. Which...
Smart... no, wait. Tell you what, make me a strength might roll, please.
Now, question. Are we still technically impaired or not?
You are impaired.
Okay, that comes with a downshift down. Okay, that's a 19.
Ooh. And I will roll it against his... Okay, he rolled a 12. So it shocks you, but you take no damage. It wasn't reached. His arrogance always underlooked me. He patronized me. I was a linchpin in that team. He thought himself above oh so many others. His arrogance knew no bounds, and for that, he paid the ultimate price along with the lives of everyone else.
You betrayed your entire team for a petty grudge.
None of you will ever understand. Not a one. Just like your dear Jen. And the hollow screen shifts. And you see the general hooked up now to a... again, he's the only one hooked up. You don't know what happened to the other members of his squad. He's hooked up to this table. He's hooked up to, again, the morphers and the mineral. And you can just hear in the recording Trek saying, "Dear General, how fares our lovely Zybria? You're a damn traitor, Trek. I can't believe I ever put you forward for this. You're gonna rue the day, I'll make sure of it." Just a maniacal laugh rings out. "Ah, dear General, you have no idea how wrong you are." And he spins the table around, and walking through the door is an exact copy of the General. And it shifts and transforms into a larger than normal putty patroller. Fascinating creatures, these things, Can't believe Rita Repulsa ever wasted her time giving it to that buffoon. Oh, but the magics we stole from her are glorious. Of course, I've added my own few improvements. And you can see that the putty patroller itself, while it looks familiar to the ones you fought, it almost looks mangled as well, in a way. See, these Ultra Putty Patrol, infused with the power of my own energy, are able to not only transform, but they can replicate the very memories of those they transform into. There is one downside. To replicate those memories, well, you'll find out. And all of a sudden, Trek powers up the battery, and the morphers start to glow their respective colors, all except the green one, because it's not there. As does the mineral. And it flows into the General's body as his form starts to kind of, almost like the energy's running up his very nervous system. It's visible, it's glowing. His body kind of shifts and transforms. Almost like, and you kind of see like a primal Power Ranger suit like form over him. It's like crystalline almost. And then all of a sudden, there's a slight explosion, and it stopped. And the General's body falls motionless. And that's where the malformed putty goes forward and kind of like just assimilates the body, and then the recording just stopped. I admit, not the most graceful of experiments, but the results are astounding.
Oh, are you finished?
He turns back to, he turns around and then looks at you, Scott. Ah, how could I forget my guest of honor? After all, we share so much, do we not, brother?
You're no brother of mine.
Oh, come now, you share my DNA, do you not? After all, I believe you've been informed of the experiments that our home planet indulged in.
Yeah. I wonder, did they give you your idea or did you give them theirs?
Arrogance. So rife with it are you Rangers. No. You see, I knew that our world was corrupt from the very get-go, and that's why I chose to side with Dark Spectre. I think the very people who I was protecting turned out to be more evil than those that we fought. It would be funny if it wasn't so sad.
No, now hold on a minute. So you sided with Dark Spectre because you felt that our society was corrupt, but geez, I've lost all concept of time because you were joining on for so long. But some time ago, you said that you joined Dark Spectre to get back at Ace. So which
He
is
was
it?
as
Was it a
corrupt as-
personal was it a personal grudge or was it hatred for your own people? Mio, make up your damn mind.
I think Daddy didn't love him enough.
Enough! And again, I'm gonna need you all to make,
Strength might.
might rolls, please.
Oh boy.
I'll count this as a group roll.
With the downshift, right?
Yeah, with a downshift because you're impaired. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you didn't do it, don't worry. Oh no, okay.
Oh fuck.
Can re-roll.
Yes, you can reroll.
I'll
Please reroll. I know one. It's better than a one.
Okay, it's fine. What's the average there? 14. Well, it doesn't matter. I need to. Oh boy! Well, we'll see. Well, he rolled a 14.
Hey, so did
Unfortunate.
I.
Yep, so Scott, you rolled a 14. Dwayne, you rolled a 10. Like that. Everyone but Scott takes a point of damage.
Haha.
Just the nerve there, didn't I?
I just grit my teeth and just keep my eyes locked on him.
Actually, Scott, you glow for a moment. I need to do something. You see it? Ooh, that
Convenient
is.
improvisational synergy.
No. Right. Well, he rolled. Forgotten what to call the green. What's the green roll again? That's a critical. Yeah. He rolled a critical. However, it's not high enough to notice, so that's fine. Yeah. So you notice it, Scott. You actually glow, like with green grid energy, slightly before it fades away. But Psycho Green thinks he's just got you all at his mercy right now. Because this is actually a hang-up of his. He monologues. His hang-up is monologue. He's overconfident. If you want to read it, I'll just click that. So, because he critically succeeded on that alertness roll, he's now not paying attention to the six of you. He is.
He's gonna keep monologuing, staring off into space, isn't he?
Yes.
Continue.
So yes, just like that.
Can we do anything?
You can.
I have something I want to do.
What options can we do?
So your options. Well, your only option really is to try and find a way to break out of the impairment.
God,
Hmm.
would you resist Nova talking to you in your mind?
Never.
God.
Hmm.
Guy just gave away a big secret of his. He thinks he's too big to fail. You keep talking. The rest of us will try to figure out a way to get out of here.
All right.
And then for the other, or for Arrow, Dwayne, and Marika, would you guys all resist as well?
Nah.
Nope.
Nope.
Alright. We have one shot at this. We all need to start trying to find a way to get out while Scott tries to distract them. I think that
If you need extra time, I can also distract him.
I think his arrogance is going to be the key to us getting the hell out of here.
Also,
You could try overloading it with morphing-grade energy.
there is also potentially something that you could do, Nova. Maybe you can scream in his head really, really loudly.
Ah!
Yeah, literally like that one person that goes on the mic, you know, in a game, you know, with in voice chat, and it's like blows out your headphones.
He's on deep fried mic.
Yep.
Damn it! Like I actually wait. I was like,
So yeah. So as you have been communicating this to everyone, Trek has been going off on a monologue, which goes thusly: you see, my ultimate plan is to reuse these morphers. And then on a wall panel that opens up, you see all 5 of the supersonic morphers. Zybria tried to recollect these, but took them for my own machinations. So I could give them to Dark Spectre so he would have access to the morphing grid. However, a slight but rare miscalculation on my part. They needed to be connected to someone willing to submit to the power of Dark Spectre. And I was given a new form.
Well, good luck finding anybody as weak-willed as you.
Can I do an alertness check?
Yeah, sure. What are you trying to find?
Perception. I'm going to be looking around for pretty much anything and everything that I can in this room to see what I can find to help out everyone.
That's vague.
Yeah, go on then. Make the roll. I'm not going to tell you the difficulty because you're going to need to beat a certain number. Depending on what you roll will depend on how much I can reveal.
You know what? I'm also going to spend one of my quips and speeches trying to egg Trek on with whatever we need. And it'd be like, you know, do go on, you know. This is all very fascinating. And I'm going to spend one of those quips and speeches for whatever we need, and that's going to give me edge on the alertness.
Okay, yeah, sure. So it's just Scott and Dwayne doing a buddy cop routine on track.
Pretty much.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. All you see is like at this makeshift small room, storage/lab room that he's got going here. There's not much.
I guess being pinned down by this force field is just restricting my view.
Yeah. Not much you can see.
Screw it, I'll try to roll it, that's fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would this be considered a downshift since we're still pinned down, or?
For alertness, I'm gonna say yes.
Yes, because impairment is all skills, unfortunately.
That's still a 21.
Ooh, it's not, yeah, that's really good actually. So Marika, you're actually the closest to the battery, like the little pillar that's running up the entire tower. You actually recognize it somewhat because you've seen similar things in your time in the military. You get the feeling that like this is a central power battery for the entire tower itself. So it's got to lead somewhere. It's got to be supplying power to more than just this room. You also see that there's, it's connected to certain things in the room as well. So, using general logic, if you were able to cause an overcharge of something, it might give you all the moment you all need to escape.
How close proximity am I to Nova?
He's about 2 feet away from you.
Marika's gonna kind of look to Nova and point at her head as if to tell him, talk to me in here.
Yes, Captain.
That pillar, it's a central power battery. It most likely is powering whatever is keeping us down and whatever else is throughout this entire room. And possibly the building. If you can overload that, I think we're good.
Okay.
So
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, I need a clarification. We're not tied up or anything like that. We're just on the floor, right?
You're on the floor, or I guess.
Are we kind of like pinned down by some sort of energy?
Yeah, you're pinned down by energy, not ropes. You're pinned down by his energy, like he's managed to do something to you.
I would say think more at the end of Ghostbusters 2, when Vigo has
Yeah.
them pinned down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. So as you've been doing this planning, Trek goes on to say that my experiments thus far have left me wanting, but now I have such prime subjects. Soon you will fall to Dark Spectre's will, and he'll have his own full team of Rangers that I will lead in the fight to take over the universe.
I don't know. Green Ranger leading it doesn't sound right.
Yeah, maybe if it was a Red Ranger, I just don't feel like you have the skills necessary to lead us.
No comment.
I'm trying to think of something because I can.
As if your opinions even matter. You're all just puppets in this chess game.
Maybe.
Actually, I would rather prefer to be the cat in this cat and mouse game. So how about you just let us go and we can do a run around? How about that? I'm actually going to roll with a persuasion on that to see if that actually works.
All right, go ahead.
I give it advantage by saying, It's not like he could beat you anyway. There's Dwayne.
I mean, you can try. I'm saying you can try this persuasion. Go
okay.
ahead.
Are you assisting?
Yes, I'm assisting
Okay.
by stroking it, by basically feeding his ego. Like, yeah,
Okay.
he couldn't
I
beat
will-
you if he tried.
Okay. Because of whatever we need, it's going to be with edge. So I'm going to be that. Your assistance cancels the downshift.
I mean, you go ahead. You can roll. You can try. Yeah, he ignores. Yeah, he ignores you. You could have rolled max, and it would have he would have ignored you. By the way.
Story.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
However, while that's been happening, I have an idea, and I want to above game to see if I can do this. So, are we just like paralyzed, or can we move in like some capacity?
You're pretty much stuck to where you are. You can't move from your spots or anything.
But
So
we can still
speed is
move.
0.
We can still move limbs and stuff, right?
With enough willpower, yeah.
As in, would I be able to reach for my blaster with the way that we're positioned?
No.
Shit.
So yeah, Trek rambling on. You see, once I connect each of you to these morphers, I will flood your morphing grid energy with the powers that Dark Spectre has in, and maybe infusing it with this anti-grid mineral. A marvelous find, though not known in the known universe. I've yet to find out its true origins, but it has been a godsend for us. You see, my last attempt to bond another ranger with these powers ended in... Well, I guess I'll show you. Another recording pops up, and you see the visage of the Green Prism Ranger. You know that this team was taken out by an assassin, but the status of Prism Green was unknown. You see, I found this ranger wandering alone, trying to get back to the Grand Alliance. However, he ran into me, and I thought, as a fellow Green, I would help him out. So I brought him here, gave him hospitality. Unfortunately, he was just not adaptable. And again, you see the power flood into the Prism Ranger, Green Prism Ranger. But he glows again. He glows morphing grid energy, and it just kind of like explodes on screen, knocking the recording of Trek back off his feet and everything. And then there is no body left. Like, it kind of like just disintegrates, and the recording ends. I surmise that he was incompatible because there's already a green Psycho Ranger. He turns to Scott and says, "Congratulations. You may survive this, if I'm feeling charitable." And he goes off and starts busying himself setting up his experiment, for lack of a better term.
I mean, it's not the first time or the last time you were rejected.
He's flat out ignoring you all now. So, what you will need to do to try and break this is... well, like I said, you're going to have to try and basically force your way out of this impairment. So... this is going to be a group roll. I'm gonna need you all to roll me a.
Strength might.
I'm trying to think if there's a better one for it, but it's looking like strength might be the best one. Yeah, I'm gonna need you all to give me a group strength might roll, please.
Down snag.
Downshift, not a snag.
Oh boy.
Let's go.
One.
Rolling for might with a snag automatically fails.
Ooh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
That's not a snag though. It was just a downshift.
Well, like I don't have any points in might.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're still stuck. So.
Can I do an alertness?
Yeah, sure.
I also want to see if I can communicate outside or if this green energy is blocking signals. You know, being removed.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Is you want flat alertness or perception?
Give me alertness. Don't know why the music stopped either. Oh. What did you do? So Orchid, you start scanning. But of that, you are able to pick up some signals that are able to get out. Nothing on like main, but there is like it's almost an encrypted radio wave that is planet side.
What would I need to roll to try to decipher that? Technology?
Yeah, I would say technology. Yeah.
Can I at least record it, even if I don't decipher it right now?
Yeah. I mean, you automatically know that it's there.
Yeah.
Why the music has stopped? I don't know.
With my alertness, did I notice the power box or no? When I was doing my scan.
I'm gonna say no because you weren't
Okay.
actively looking for the power box. You were being very specific on what you were doing, and the music is broken, so I don't know. Do not understand.
Well, I was trying to look around the room and broadcast, but no, if I didn't see it, I didn't see it. All good.
Okay.
Did I notice anything else though?
When you said, were you trying to
It's
send like a
not-
message out?
No, I was just trying to scan, like, if any signals came in and out or anything around me. You know, getting the lay of the land while I've been watching all this monologuing.
No. All you've been able to tell is that there is an encrypted radio wave that is planet side, but you can't. You're not quite sure where it is. Give me a
Okay.
sec, guys. I need to reset something because the music just stopped playing. I don't understand why.
Hmm. And his back is to us, right? Because he's just like walked off to do his own thing.
Yeah, that works. Good.
Hey, fellow players, I got a question for y'all.
Yes.
Since we have an abundance of them, can I use a story point to attempt to be a badass?
Yes. Go right ahead.
I was about to say I have something here that might be useful for us.
Oh, one thing at a time. This is a turn-based RPG after all.
I posted it in the DM chat.
Let's be honest, Hardluck. This is your villain arc, basically. This is your story. We're all just along for the ride.
I was thinking about that, Choco, but given our current predicament, I think what I want to do would have to come first anyway.
Yeah, that's fine.
When you're ready to switch.
Yeah. So I do apologize. I can't seem to get the music working.
I have
It's just
one
kinda-
last question of my thing. Can
Yeah.
I move my arm to point towards him, or is there just no movement at all?
No, you're just stuck.
Okay, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
My usefulness ends.
Can I try something, or
All right. Let's go with what Hardluck was doing first.
I say I called dibs.
okay?
Okay.
So I would like to roll on my own a might check to get up, and I want to spend a story point to roll that skill test as if specialized because I have a D8 in might.
Okay. You can. 1 sec. I'm just gonna reset the server. Did
Okay.
that kick you off?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
I don't understand why it was. It might be because I need to update everything, but we do the things. Right. You should be able to join back now. Maybe I can get fucking music working. There we go. So yes, you can spend a story point to specialize in that, and you can do might. That is totally okay.
I refreshed the page, and now it's not even coming up properly.
Just refresh it again. It needed time to like properly set in.
Because you're showing up in the list of players as well.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I just exited and re-entered.
Yeah, I've got the anvil in the corner, in the top left corner, and then the here we go.
There we are.
There we are.
All right, I'm back. Let me get my character sheet back up. To you. And to roll that. Specialized, but with a downshift. Come on, be a badass. That sucked!
Damn. Yeah, no, sorry, Scott. Nothing doing as Trek is going through his. He's just doing what he's doing. You notice he starts hooking up cables and stuff into a lot of it. Of what's going on. You're all probably wondering the story of this planet.
Not really.
Please
Whatever,
enlighten
seems kind of
us.
boring.
Please enlighten us. Under her helmet, Marika's winking.
It's one of the
You
first
could
planets.
hear my eyes rolling.
It's one of the first planets that fell to Dark Spectre's forces. Back when the war was just starting. I don't even remember the name of it. Not unlike our home planet, Zybria. It was a utopia. No ranger team to be spoken of, but they considered themselves above many. Had a flair for the scientific. Of course, that paled in comparison to the onslaught of Dark Spectre's first wave of annihilation. And what a glorious, glorious battle it might have been. And he starts plugging things up, and you see the in the central power battery that's there, You see that there's like a large chunk of that mineral, but it looks very refined. Like it's not like it's not like raw ore. It looks as if it's been formed. Please, music, keep playing. Thank you. It's so. Yeah, it's just. Why? I can't have nice things. It's really annoying.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna try to attempt to do the same thing that that Hardlook did. I'm gonna use the story point to try to gain specialization in might and try to stand my ass up.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. There we go. Just repeat. Yep, go ahead. Nope, doesn't work.
Damn it.
I'm gonna try something.
Yep, sure.
I'm gonna motion to Nova and be like, in the head, you know. I've got an idea. Scott's not working, Marika's not working, but what if we all did it together and we really not just do it with our own physical might, but I hate to say this, but we actually call on the power to start pumping that through. Remember what we did with Dex?
I like it. No one is going to
So tell everyone.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like no one's going to tell everyone exactly what Dwayne just told them.
So the idea is that yes, we all spend a story point, but we also spend a personal power to just overload this thing.
Hey, DM, can I be told?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you finally asked it.
Well, no one's tried to speak to me mentally before.
I honestly didn't think I could. That's the only reason I didn't try.
As a
But
robot with a sentient mind thanks to the grid, yes. However,
Woo!
any other being that you would try to, no, because the grid has given you some sort of semi-sentience.
All hail, grid juju.
So yes, Nova is able to communicate with Orchid.
I want to do this as an actual scene if possible, if that's alright.
Yeah, sure.
Orchid, can you hear me?
Excuse me?
I look around.
It's okay. My species can some of us communicate telepathically. I was trying to see if we could actually do it with you because since you being a robot and all, that's actually a very good.
Interesting.
Huh. Okay. So, what we're going to try to do, we're going to try to overload whatever force field he has on us with our own grid energy. So,
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds crazy. Let's do it.
we have one shot at this, I feel.
Yeah. So this
Not
is
gonna
one.
lie, I was thinking about doing it myself, but if we all want to do it, that works.
Yeah. One story point, one personal power.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Make your rolls.
What's the personal power give us?
I'm just
Is
I'm
it
just thinking
just
on the fly. Like, can we just pump the personal power through?
No. They're more used for skills specifically. So you can
Okay, so then-
you can all use a personal a story point here to make the roll again. This will be a collective group roll, so only 3 of you will need to succeed the difficulty.
All right, I will burn a story point so that I can maybe not roll with automatic snag.
Yeah. Okay. So are you all using a story?
Okay, no, I remember what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of causing a grid power bloom sort of thing. And maybe that having it overload it.
Is that like a skill?
That
It's part of the story point thing where we can. It's a basically we all spend a story. We each collectively spend story points and create basically a grid surge that gives us additional personal power points.
So that additional personal power flows in and just overloads it.
I think that's what
No.
he's trying to do. Is he wants to use that as a
don't-
way
yeah,
to
I
like
don't-
overcharge.
I don't think that's consistent with the rules.
No, that would give you that would allow you to all regain a personal power.
And we haven't
Mhm.
spent any. So
That's what that would be
Yeah.
for.
So
I mean,
I-
we can
I-
still all
I-
just roll specialize. It's not a big deal.
yeah, I'll do that then.
yeah, how many story points do we have? A lot.
16.
We have
16.
16. That's why I was like,
So if you use these, if each of you uses one now, you'll
be
go
down to 10.
down. Yeah, you'll be down to 10.
We've got the points. Let's do it.
and it's not that we're using it for anything else. Let's do it. I'm okay with it.
Let's
Alright.
do it.
Okay, so that's 6 points you guys have spent. Please now make your strength might rolls.
Specialized. One
Specialized.
downshift, canceling out the specialization.
Okay, Scott.
God damn it!
That's yep. So we
Oh,
Specialized, 1 downshift, canceling the specialized.
Well, no. Figures.
wait, Arrow. Why are you rolling with a snag? Because you're rolling.
Because-
Because he's untrained.
well, because I'm not trained. Like,
So the
I'll
specialization would
let
give him
it
a
with-
+2, and then would give him a +2, but then the downshift cancels it out.
Specialized doesn't give you a +2. Specialized
lets
lets you
you
roll a
reuse all the
second d20.
dice.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It gives him the upshift, but then the downshift cancels out the upshift.
Specialized and upshift are different.
Yeah, specializes and upshifts are completely different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Sure. Yeah,
Uh,
sure. Now I get a decent roll.
Foundry, please.
Audrey, you're looking.
You know-
You're looking like roll 20 right now.
The
All right.
dice just doesn't want us to get. They want us to just switch to a Psycho Ranger game. I don't know.
The dice wants us to die.
The dice just wants us to become Psycho Rangers.
Okay. Here we go. How can I do this? All right. I know that was a group roll. Considering that,
Can we just burn more story points? That's what they're there
I mean,
for.
I would say everyone but Scott.
all right. No. All right. Because this is getting a bit ridiculous, I'm going to say that as Trek is doing what he's doing, you all try and break out. There is a very large surge of grid energy which starts setting off an alarm throughout the entire tower. Trek starts looking around. He sees the supersonic morphers on the wall start to glow their individual colors, and then sees all of you glowing with grid energy. And then for whatever reason, energy starts flowing into Scott, and all of a sudden, Scott, your impairment just kind of bursts. Everyone else is still impaired, but you are no longer impaired. I'm going to need you, Scott, to roll me some initiative.
Once it lets me.
1 sec, I need to make a counter. Encounter. There you go.
As that's happening, can I yell out as a free action?
Yeah, more or less.
Marika's gonna, seeing Scott break out, Marika's gonna point to the pillar and yell out, "Scott, the pillar! It's the battery! It's what's keeping us down!"
GM screen's still bugged. Fantastic.
Can I give Scott something then?
1 moment.
Okay, when available.
Okay, he rolled a 16. Awesome. That's going to begin combat. All right. So, as that's happened, Trek has now flashed back into his psycho green suit. It is not. He is, and he's quite close to you, Scott. So,
Okay.
and I don't have the token. For the sake of this, I'm going to just drag the token here. That's. Wow, you're just not doing stuff with me today, are you? Foundry? You're just literally messing everything up. Close.
Thundery saw us trying to do stuff and said, "Bet."
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it's just I need to. Why is everything just? Why has it done this? I don't understand. The battle thing usually pops up, and now it's just not. I really need to update this. My bad, guys. 1 sec. Let's pop that out. Let's put that over here. Let me get that back. No. Just there. There we go. Right. Sorry about that. Okay. So Trek, seeing this happen, he rushes at you, Scott, and he is going to just try and hit you with Psycho Strike, which is it's just a basic. It's his martial arts strike, basically.
Okay.
He rolls a 9, which is a critical as well. We just make these
my
public.
toughness is my toughness is 20.
Yeah.
But if it's a critical, he monologues.
Yeah. So he runs up to you.
Oh yeah, did you take into account his hang up?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well, it repeats it because we've entered thing now. It would have reset, but it doesn't matter because he rolled a critical. So
Okay. I understand.
Yeah. So he's now impaired on his his next turn. So he's gonna suffer a downshift. Fantastic. So yeah. It is. Has he? So yeah, I was describing the attack. So yeah, he rushes forward and tries to, and gets into like a small skirmish with you, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
You both like countering and whatnot, and then you kind of like have like both your arms together, and like shoulder to shoulder, almost something like that. It's just like, well, I'm impressed. There's not many rangers who can break out of my impairments so easily.
Well, at least one of us is impressed.
It's your turn.
Okay. As soon as we break from each other.
Yep.
I produce my sticks. I put them in staff mode, and I look like I'm gonna take a swing at him, but I go for the battery instead.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, hit that.
Oh, yeah.
And that does 2 electric damage.
Yeah, trust me, you didn't even need the extra electric damage to do anything on that. Yeah, so Trek kind of like does the handspring away to dodge, thinking he's just like you missed, but as he looks up, he sees you continue your swing and it hits the power battery. The next thing that happens is there's a very large power surge. And this is a very small room. So I'm gonna need everyone to roll me either an athletics or an acrobatics check, please. You can choose.
Are we still downshifted?
You guys are, yes.
Would this count as escaping, like maneuverability, or just flat?
It's just flat.
Okay.
Yes. That's a 20.
11, because apparently roll 20 is, or Foundry is still hating me.
I'll spend a story point to Mulligan
Yeah, go ahead.
because I rolled that 1.
Trek's all right.
That's better. Don't know if it's
Uh,
enough, but it's better.
yeah, no, you're all fine.
Okay.
So you all get blown back. Everyone else is now freed. But you're all again like you've all just been knocked into the thing. Trek gets blown back. Scott, you take the brunt of it. You get almost blown out of the room through the door. Trek gets blasted into the wall, and everything scatters. The supersonic morphers scatter onto the floor as well, and everyone else just hits like the various things around the room. Is that your turn, Scott?
I believe it is.
Yeah. You're kind of knocked
I-
down at the moment.
Yeah, I kind of can't. I don't think I can do anything else. You know what? I'll shout, grab the morphers, and let's get out of here.
It is now Psycho Green's turn. Psycho Green regains... Is impaired, yes.
Not let me forget that.
No, I know you're not. He's impaired, I know. He looks up at the situation.
Like a douche.
Recovers. However, the morphers are closest to him.
Ah.
So, as we end combat there, he stands up, and his voice a little bit distorted. I don't have a filter for this one because I couldn't make a good psycho one, and I don't really like the psycho filters. He stands up and says, "Well, it seems I've underestimated you. Nevertheless, this is far from over. If you want me, meet me at the top of this tower. However, your trip up will be less than, shall we say, easy."
Threaten us with a good time, asshole. Not the first time we've heard that.
And as he brings his hand like to the top of his forehead, sends like a blast on the floor and teleports away along with the supersonic morphers. And you are now left in this room. Your hit, Scott, did very significant damage to the power core. However, there's still power running through the tower. So obviously there's an auxiliary power source coming from somewhere. But whatever that auxiliary is, it's definitely not powering up everything in the tower. So here you are. You are now all left in this room. A little bit worse for wear, of course, because of what happened. But you now know what Psycho Green is trying to do. What is your next move?
I turn to Marika and I say, "Well, you're in charge, so it's your call. Do we go further into the trap or do we cut and run?"
I feel like if we leave, at least even for a moment, that gives him more of an advantage.
Question. Why don't we disable the power, then you call in the Zords, and we just fly to the top?
Because calling in our Zords would be escalating.
As in right?
That is how Rangers do it. They have to make the first punch, as it were. They have to escalate it, and then we bring in the Zords.
I did not say use the Zords to damage them, just as a way to get up. Any craft would work. I just know you have a direct connection to the Zords.
Have a good point.
Can we call in the dropship remotely?
I mean, you could try.
I've got another
But
idea.
first,
in
we
the
should
meantime.
disable the power, so the rest of the tower
We can
and
multitask.
whatever traps would be impaired at least.
Can we demorph in this particular area or not?
You can try.
Well, would it be a bad idea to
I mean,
unmorph?
if Trek could do it.
I don't assume anything just because Trek can do it.
Can I,
mean,
do
did
like
you
an
just see him?
environmental scan?
Say again, Tom.
Can I do an environmental scan to see if it's okay for the fleshies?
Yep.
Do you want alertness perception, or are you just going to tell me?
I'm gonna need a science check on that, actually.
A science? Okay.
Oh.
So, with that, the surrounding area outside the tower is still quite hostile. It's a hostile atmosphere. There are sections of the tower that are airtight and sealed, but of course there are other sections that are exposed to the elements. There are certain areas you could power down in. The current area where you are is one of them.
It looks like there are some atmospherically sealed areas if you wish to power down, but I would not recommend it for the entirety.
No, I just need to do a couple of things, and Dwayne is going to power down. He's going to patch himself up, that 1 HP, so the med kit's going to have 9 uses left. And then he is going to pull out a couple of grenades and just put it on the crystal and be like...
Right, one sec. Are you specifically putting... Well, I'm trying to figure out how to do this so I can just get you to individually unmorph. Okay. That. There you go. Yeah. So are you specifically saying that you are going to touch the refined mineral?
No. I'm basically going to set explosives either close to or, anything that's not it, and be like, I'm going to blow it
do
up.
it without touching it.
Yeah, no, I was just making sure. I needed to clarify. I needed clarification.
I'm not going to touch it.
Okay.
Bad juju.
All right, yeah, sure.
So it's a case of if this thing goes and it blows up with a big kaboom and the tower comes down, we bring Trek down to us. We don't have to deal with with going up the fucking tower.
That's fair. But, hey, you know what? I can get behind that,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and
You
I
know
can
what?
get the hell. I can get the hell out of Dodge too.
I mean, if you guys want to make a run for it, I'll use all the explosives just to make sure it goes off with a big kaboom, and I'll meet you guys where you are.
You better.
I do have to ask, you brought up escalation, but now you want to level an entire building.
It's pretty much assumed that he's going to have traps on the way up, and
Can we confirm there is no one else who is innocent in this building?
I don't think there's anyone else innocent on this planet.
I don't think there's anyone. Yeah.
As far as
And
I
you
know,
can
it's
take
just
that risk.
as far as I know, it's just us, him, and probably whatever other army Dark Spectre sent to aid him.
Orchid,
Most
you want to
likely
try
some
to scan the
putties.
building for life signs?
I can try, but I do not think I have the capacity to scan an entire building.
well, you
I
do
attempt to
that,
scan an entire building.
you do that. I'm sending explosives.
I will also say, have you encountered all that has been refined to this point? Because if not, maybe we should try to analyze this in this state before it is exploded, because we do not know how it will react.
This robot has no sense of adventure.
But it makes a fair point.
I mean, yeah, but still.
Big
Above-
kaboom.
Above game, we haven't encountered refined mineral, right?
Not as
No,
refined
This
as
is the
this.
first time.
You've
No,
you
he made a very sound point of
Yeah.
this being in a state that we've never seen it before.
yeah. This is refined to a shape. More importantly, it's like a diamond type. You know, like the. What's the best
It's
word?
like it looks like a gem, basically.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
I agree,
Uh,
we should dispose of it afterwards, but we should at least take steps.
All right,
Then
Nova,
scan it and
analyze
report
it on the double.
On it.
I need
guys-
to try scan the building and
Yes.
help assist scanning the
Okay, so
the
Orchid.
crystal.
Yeah. Okay, Orchid. Let's do the building scan first. I need you to give me an alertness perception check. With downshift, please, because you do not have the capabilities to scan something this large.
But damn it, I'm gonna try. No one's on this floor.
The only life forms you're able to pick up currently, Orchid, because of the atmospheric interference, are that of yourself and your comrade.
Okay.
Marika's gonna look at Orchid. Well, Trek already knows we're here. If we can, maybe we can communicate with the Gamma and maybe they can do a focus scan. If you're really that concerned about it.
I do believe that is something we should do. I should also ask, is it okay that we explode Trek, or should we try to contain Trek? You will leader, I will defer to your judgment.
She kind of looks at Orchid, looks at the rest of the team. I mean, he is enhanced with grid energy. We can always assume that he'll morph when the building goes down and most likely will survive the fall.
And he even
Affirmative.
wants to say that even if we capture him, he just morphs.
Points.
Not only that, but he probably has a couple of tricks on how to get the fuck out of here if he needs to.
Right now, our main
My
priority should
question still is, are we trying to contain him, or are we trying to exterminate him? Because that is what it sounds like by exploding the building he is in.
look. Our main priority right now should be to get those morphers. This Trek, she kind of looks
I'm
both
going
ways.
to point this out. He wants us to follow him. He's counting on us to want to get those morphers. He has something planned. I'm
So
going to
let's
argue.
disrupt the plan.
I'm going to argue. Let's not do the plan at all.
So that's a vote for Kaboom then.
I just love like Dwayne sitting there, like he's set up all these things. He's got like the dead man switch in his hand. He's like, boom,
Boom.
he's boom.
We're all just sitting here arguing about the ethics, and Dwayne is just like, "Can I just blow this fucker up?"
I'd like to say like above game. Nova has been on Dwayne's side since the beginning. That's why I didn't say anything, because I'm like, no, he wants us to follow him. If we destroy everything that he set up, he's gonna be even more pissed, and that's gonna be hilarious.
I'm
You
all
guys
for
brought
that.
up escalation to me. I have to ask about escalation to the point of exploding a building. You
Hey,
played the escalation card.
this is de-escalation.
we're
No,
de-
it's
we're-
bringing down a building.
Yeah, it's de-escalation.
Yeah, we're de-escalating.
The building is being brought downward. It's de-escalation by definition.
Too high.
At the cost of destruction and killing someone?
Yeah, but he was an
this
asshole
is
gonna
great.
kill us. So
I already gave you an answer to this. Marika just needs to tell me, yes, that's what we're doing, and make me the murder bot that I'm meant to be.
I mean, at this,
I'm a beautiful young little mind learning what it means to be alive. Tell me it's okay to kill.
you're asking a trained soldier if it's okay to kill. What are your what?
All right.
Where's the logic
asking-
here?
I'm asking the Red Ranger if it's okay to kill.
All right. So this is the situation that you are currently in. You know, Trek has a power source elsewhere in this building. The one in front of you, for all intents and purposes, is destroyed, but the mineral is still glowing. It's still encased in this cube, but it's there. You know that you are currently in a subway system of sorts, or a room that's within a subway. You know Trek is probably at the top of the tower, or is at the top of the tower, and to get to him, you would have to ascend the building. You have ways of doing it outside, but you're not sure if Trek has any contingencies in place. Also, Orchid, there is still that radio wave, that encrypted radio wave you picked up. Whether you share that information with everyone is completely up to you. And
Well,
also,
I'm
you
about-
have a boomer happy cat ready to blow shit up.
Well, I was told to contact or try to contact Daxi on the ship to scan the planet. I want to do that. Because I'm then going to tell Daxian while he's scanning, there's a signal. Can
Okay.
you try to decode it? Because
Okay.
we lack the resources here.
Yeah. Are you going to tell the other rangers that you are doing?
I was going to do it as I contacted. I
Okay.
didn't think it'd be a private channel.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Glyph, Axion, do you read?
Hello? Yes, Rangers. I lost connection with you for a while. What happened?
We ran into a former supersonic Green Ranger. He has been warped and has taken on a new visage that is twisting the grid around him. He's led up a plan and he likes to talk a lot. A lot, a lot. I do not know why he needed to talk a lot, but he did.
if we did
But-
quote of the session here, that would be the quote of the session.
He likes to talk a lot. A lot.
The important thing to do, are you able to to break through the distortion and scan the building for life? Or any other signals that may cause a change to our plans?
Marika will get on the horn. Dwayne's ready to blow this place sky high.
There was also a encrypted signal that is being broadcasted planet-side that I was not able to decode. I think the sensors of the Gamma will have a better chance to do it. The actual signal is...
I then just, replayed the signal back.
Yeah, so the signal is specifically radio waves, which seem to be able to pierce through the atmospheric interference. Professor Daxian receives all of this. He says, this is a development. I will send word back to command while this happens. Glyph, if you could run a decryption code for this radio wave, I will start the scan immediately. And as this happens, it doesn't take long for the Gamma to do this, or Professor Daxian for that matter. It comes back. The Gamma is showing no relevant life forms other than your vital signs, because, Professor Daxion's able to monitor you. Rangers, there still seems to be no life forms on the planet. The only reason I know you are there is because you are linked to my observation nodes.
Yay!
Confirmed. Professor, we also encountered a strange version of the All.
I turned to face it.
If you patch into my feed, you should be able to see. It seems to be refined in a way. We have not properly analyzed it.
You also see just all the explosions around it, ready to go.
Yeah. Well, we know that the mineral itself is highly volatile in its raw state. One such as refined, I'm not sure if it would still have the same properties, or maybe honed in a different way. What is the purpose of the ore in front of you?
Yeah. It seemed he was using it to power various experimentations. He showed us videos of them, which I can relate to you.
He wanted
just
to make his
play
own
back.
Psycho Rangers.
It seems that he had no progress, but there was one strange reaction where he almost was able to form a crystalline type of primal armor, but then it quickly just broke down.
Daxian is reviewing just basically the highlights of the videos that he's able to bring back from your point of view, Orchid. So the general wasn't a traitor. This is heartening yet sad news, and of course, we now know the condition of Prism Green. I too will send these details back, but for now, we should focus on the here and now. I would hold off exploding anything for the time being. You might want to try and extract the mineral and bring it back, if you can. I exercise caution, Rangers. If Trek truly is as powerful to block out our senses, you may be in for a bigger fight than you'll realize.
We know
Trek
he's waiting
wants
for us
a-
on the roof of the building, and he has the supersonic morphers.
He wants us to go up through the tower. That's why I want to explode this thing to bring him down to us.
After you say he has the supersonic morphers, Daxian pauses.
I did offer a plan of we go outside of the tower after powering it down. But then we do not know if there is any other stratagems he has planned for that.
Professor
There was mentioning of using the Zords as a shortcut to just fly up the top of the tower. Obviously, we won't use them to engage. We'd only be using them for transportation.
That would be impossible. Though it is just a working theory, we believe that the morphing grid, in its strange, obtuse sentience, would not allow you to use the Zords for anything other than the means that they exist. In this situation, I believe it would be classed as an escalation, an abuse of the power.
Called it.
Curious.
Everyone looks at Orchid.
The grid is an unusual, as I've said before, an unusual subject in this existence. We need to stay on course. Rangers.
Perhaps in the future, we should maybe consider investing in technology in a small scale to help us maneuver.
That is certainly doable, but we must focus on the here and now. Rangers, if he has the supersonic morphers, they were thought destroyed. Our mission parameter has changed. We must retrieve those morphers.
Kaboom!
That was my plan all along.
It's at this point.
Notes.
Yeah, it's at this
Get
point.
Galaxy glider power.
It's at this point. Glyph chimes in. Professor, I have decrypted the radio wave. It is a small SOS coming from planet side. And as this happens, you hear. Well, as Glyph says this, he starts to play it through your communicators as well as the Brasidaxian. Hear this. Please. Coordinate X22141. Please. Is anyone out there? Can you hear me? Oh, that worked.
I heard it.
Yeah,
We got it.
Was it distorted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Professor Daxian is like, that's not possible. The Gamma recorded no life signs.
Well, wherever that signal's coming from, they're probably masked.
Oh, a robot.
Glyph, are you able to triangulate where the signal is roughly?
Attempting to do so now. Rough triangulation coordinates found. 4 miles outside of the city.
Thank you. Can we kaboom now?
Dwayne, I've already said, hold off on any explosions. You don't know how that mineral will react.
We'll get the mineral out first, and then we'll talk about it. How's that?
The morphers will probably survive.
I gotta disarm. I've got to disarm the thing now.
Should have thought about that before you set it all up.
There, I'll help you.
All right, guys, what do we do? Do we try to head to the source of the signal, or do we keep heading up top? Because there's a chance that whoever set that signal could help us.
Should we not at least try to get this refined ore away, which we could do as we go investigate the signal? From what we have seen of the Silver Green Supersonic Ranger, I do not think his ego would let him leave if he thinks we are coming.
So we just leave, and
Dwayne's gonna just drop his climber's kit. Do we want to split up?
That'd be the smartest thing to do. Like, three of us go get the. Whereas, three of us go find that signal. The rest of us stay here and try to get those morphers.
Professor Daxian cuts in. Rangers, I do not think it is a good idea to split up. I do not know how much more power Trek has received from Dark Spectre. You'll need to bring your full might to bear against him if you are to survive this.
We should go investigate the signal. And
It's
I mean, let's face it, Trek's not going anywhere.
It could also be the SOS is because of the Warner Supersonic Green. So we could go deal with that first. I do think we need to, no matter what, contain this all, because they may also try to use this as more power as shown through the experimentation. If we can take that away from his grasp, that might also help.
Secure the ore, investigate the signal, confirm Trek. I think that sounds like a plan.
So,
Would we be able to piggyback on the SOS signal to try remotely the source? So we would not have to split up.
You could try, but it would be difficult with the atmospheric interference. These radio waves are kind of outdated in the way that this is an SOS that has been recorded and then sent rather than directly. So you would basically be playing radio tag in this instance. You don't know how long it would take for your signal to reach them. You don't even know how long this signal has been broadcast for.
Yeah, for all we know, the people who sent that signal could already be dead.
And it's just on loop.
So at this point, Professor Daxian chimes over the communicators. Rangers, I'm utilizing the teleportation function. While dangerous for living beings, transporting down a containment cylinder for the ore is well within our capability. Preparing to drop to your location now. And in a flash of just white teleportation ray, the cylinder appears just on the floor in the room.
Alright, I suppose at this point we just load up the ore into the cylinder.
Yeah, so you're going to need to disconnect it from where it is. Although Scott quite handedly destroyed it like that, it's still intact inside the cylinder. But obviously there's a release hatch and valve and stuff like that, so you can do it. I'm going to need someone to give me a science or technology roll, please.
As a group or assisted?
Depends on who's doing it.
I would guess that I'd probably be the best one to do it if someone can assist me.
I will assist.
I've
Sure.
got a D4, so I can assist.
I've got a D2 in tech.
Okay, so who is doing the main bulk of the work?
I am. I have a D8 in tech, so I guess let's just assume anytime it's habitat thing is probably gonna be me.
Okay.
Or Orchid, because I'm assuming that he would have the second most.
I will assist.
So what? That's Edge with how many upshifts?
So how many people are assisting?
Arrow.
Dwayne.
I heard
And
Orchid, and Charlie. You said Marika's also assisting.
Sure.
So that's that's 3.
So it's a team effort. Okay, yeah, go ahead, make the roll.
So Edge with 3 options.
I would hope this would work, especially with a 19. With a 19, yeah.
Yep, you're fine. So you get it. The cylinder that it's contained in it kind of like opens with like a disjointed hiss. Uh, it's meant to rise up, but it kind of like there's not much for it disconnected, so it kind of just like almost falls out. But Marika, you have it in your hand, like you carry it, and like you just gently like throw it to the side.
Mm-hmm.
The orb is that you then with the top of the containment cylinder taken out, it's got like a pair of it's like a pair of tongs basically, but like that, and you kind of Nova, you push it forward and you wrap it around the two prongs that are attached to the top of the cylinder, containment cylinder lid. Wrap around it and you pull it down gently. Off on anything. Arrow, you keep an eye on the readings. Dwayne, you are holding the containment cylinder in place, ready to seal the lock. And Orchid, you are also looking at the readings of where it was being stored. And as you lower it in to the containment cylinder, the top spins, seals. Dwayne, you encrypt the code, and the mineral is then locked and sealed inside of the containment cylinder. As that happens, Orchid, you realize that the flow of power is now no longer emanating from the bottom of the tower, but instead from the top. So whatever is now powering the tower, or I should say, I should also preference that it's not as a strong an output of power. This is almost like it's an auxiliary source of power. So whatever the tower was fully powered, now it's probably working at, say, about 60%. So not everything in the tower, if there is anything, is now functioning.
We have managed to weaken the power reserve, but it seems like there is an auxiliary source further up the tower.
Which I would
So
assume
there
is him.
might be, it's either him or another one of these refined ores. But given how much the power dropped, that could be true. So we should be aware for more ore like this, or any other sources of energy that may be volatile.
Do I see around our sealed crystal? Has the container like blocked off all like the just native radiation around it? So it's like safe to be around now?
Yeah, those containment cylinders have been specially made to contain this mineral. So, you're not sure if the ones that you have currently will, but for the time being, it's successfully sealed. And you know there's sturdier containment things on the gamma, so it could be like doubly sealed.
We have managed to contain people. Can you run a scan using the containment chamber to see if it would be safe to transport?
Professor Daxion starts running that and gain with the cylinder. I believe it should be safe to transport the cylinder back to the gamma. I will have a secondary seal ready to place it in before we do anything. We will probably need to take this back to Zybria for advanced analysis, but for the time being, I believe it is safe.
Would you be able to teleport it, or will you need us to manually bring it back?
I should be able to teleport it, Rangers. One moment.
Okay.
And in a flash, this cylinder is then transported back to the gamma.
In the meantime, Dwayne's going to morph back up.
Yeah, not a problem. So, So you have two options in front of you now. You can either ignore the signal and try to take on Trek, or you can regroup at this signal and plan from there.
I say investigate the signal.
Same.
I agree.
I'll go with the majority on this.
If there's
I
a chance
disagree.
that there's someone here to be saved, we can't turn their back on them.
Yeah, but if we let Trek get away, that puts the entire galaxy in danger.
But I honestly, I have to ask. You think that he would want to get away? You think that he wouldn't want us to go after him?
You think he's just going to wait around forever? He's at Lord Dark Spectre's beck and call.
You have to assume we don't know how long he's been here to begin with. We have to assume that he's been planning all of this for months. I'm sure he's not in a hurry to leave right now, especially when he's so close to whatever his plan is. He can stay here for another 30 to 40 minutes, hour. He's not going anywhere.
I'm not willing to take that chance.
What if me and Scott just stayed here, but we stayed at the ground level? We stay at the ground level. You four investigate the signal, and then make your way back to us. We'll just make sure he doesn't get away. We're not going to confront him. We'll just wait for him in the foyer or something.
Professor Daxian
That sounds like just as big of a waste of time.
Professor Daxian comes over the communicators. Scott, I understand your frustrations. However, Trek is far too much of an anomaly right now to charge headforth. He was able to cut off my observations and subdue you. It would be better to regroup for now and plan a more optimal course of attack. Also, there is no way he's able to teleport long distances if he's been sighted on other planets, which means that he has a ship. Which means the only way off of that planet is past the Gamma.
Fine.
I will work on a way to strengthen the signal and see if I can pass through the atmospheric disturbance. There has to be a way. I've already sent the dropship close to your location. Daxian out. And you all hear the telltale rumble of the dropship nearby as you all ascend to the top street and board the dropship. Meanwhile, from the top of the tower, Trek, standing near one of the windows in his psycho green visage, watches as the dropship ascends and makes its way out of the city. Run for now, Rangers, but I know you will be back. I will be waiting.
And there's your answer right there.
And he turns around and looks back to the supersonic morphers, which are now glowing still with their individual colors. And we now switch to the dropship as you make your way further out of the city. So the dropship starts making its way towards the coordinates. It's again, you see more of the barren wasteland. You still see the hints of like eked out civilizations, small encampments, the such. It takes you about an hour and a half to get there. And then all of a sudden, your senses start to go a little bit haywire. It's almost like something's trying to dissuade you from going in the direction that you're currently going in.
Someone doesn't want us here.
Then we're on the right path.
I'm gonna do a technology roll if that's possible then.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll be on sensors and just assist with that.
Yep.
So have an edge. Or
Is
an
this like
upshift.
I was gonna say, have an upshift too, because Nova would assist you on that one.
Sure, I'll assist too.
Right, you can't all assist because there are specific things within the ship. So it would be...
I retract my assistance.
So it would be pilot, which is Dwayne, co-pilot, which at this point I see it seems to be Orchid, and then whoever's managing the instruments, which would be Nova.
That's a critical 24.
Yeah, okay, so as you get closer to this area, Dwayne, you pull the ship to a steady stop, and you are now hovering. You reread the output, and all of you can see in front of you just a barren wasteland. However, all indication says there's something there. Dwayne, what you can notice is that this is almost similar to cloaking technology you've seen being experimented with. You've heard tale of some of it being successful, some even from your home planet.
I mean, there's Orchid right there.
Yeah, and of course, Orchid. It's a very, very primitive, almost cobbled together junk form of it. But there is something being cloaked here in this sector, and you know that if you got anywhere, but it's also showing enough defensive capability that it might shut down your ship and cause it to crash. Which is why you've pulled it to a stop. So you know that your best course of action now would be to land the ship as close as you can, and then proceed by foot, which isn't all that far.
I'm just going to relay that to the others then, just for expediency.
Yeah, sure. You know that
How much of a headache is this signal giving me?
Not much.
Okay.
Just like that. Obviously, again, it's meant to avert eyes, like dissuade people from going in. The senses it's giving off is it's almost like an atmospheric anomaly that's happening because of the and you can reason that because it's like the planet's been knocked off its axis, or there's like a magnetic field that's coming from this area. It's that kind of thing that purposefully messes with instruments. If you weren't morphed, you might shut down.
Okay.
Oh, guys, we're going on foot.
As the dropship descends, you all exit, and again, it just looks like there's large dunes of sand and everything else going around. You're not picking up anything. The only thing that's still, apparent is that radio signal, and now this obvious cloaking device that's nearby.
Sand, what is this, Tatooine?
You...
Can I do an upshift? Oh, no, not an upshift, a perception check?
Yeah, you can do a perception check. In fact, I was literally just about to say that I'm going to need everyone to make an alertness perception check. This will be a group perception check.
Okay. Just a normal one, or because I kind of know that it's cloaking tech.
Okay.
Does that give anything extra to it, or
No, just normal perception. Alertness
That's
perception.
2 crits and a 13.
It's not 2 crits. That one was from Dwayne's technology roll.
that is
That one
another
is, though.
critical 24?
That is 2 crits and one snap. Or
Fumble.
That's
Hey,
Three
I got a
crits,
1,
a
so I'm
normal roll,
gonna
and a fumble.
re-roll that.
Yeah, sure. You back to
Oh,
10.
now we get the good rolls.
I see how it is.
Okay, well, so that's 1,
Too much
2,
noise,
3,
man.
6.
Too much noise.
Yeah. But with that, Marika, Dwayne, and Scott, that actually works out pretty well because you're the military guys. You get like a tingling feeling at the back of your neck as all of a sudden, the three of you at the same time pull Nova, Arrow, and Orchid away from what is essentially the edge of this barrier, and then all of a sudden a blaster bolt hits where, a succession of blaster bolts hits where the three of them were standing.
Marika looks to Scott and Dwayne and just says, why do I feel like this isn't gonna go as planned?
Never does.
Looks towards where the bolts came from.
Don't suppose we can give him the universal greeting.
the funny thing is, like, Marika says that, and no one just looks at her. Does it ever go as planned for us?
So, Marika, Dwayne, and Scott, you already know that the blaster bolts seem to have come from a high up angle. But there is no indication of anywhere that is high enough for a bolt to go that, to come from that angle. So your only conclusion is that there is something behind this cloaking.
Dwayne's going to toss a rock. Just haphazardly tosses one.
Yeah, you dig around in the sand, you find like just a small stone, and you throw it. I'm assuming you're going to throw it towards the shield?
Yep, just to see what happens.
It passes through.
So, it's not a motion trigger.
Fucking hell, Tom.
It's the universal greeting. What do you mean?
How did you fucking know I was going to do that?
I love that movie.
I was going to do that as a bit.
So it comes through, and then everyone make me either acrobatics or athletics, please. Again, this will be a group roll.
Okay.
Blech.
15.
That is a 15 for me as well.
Okay, with Orchid's crit, that actually you barely succeed. If that was the crit on Orchid's part, you would have failed. No, wait, hang on. 1, 2. Oh no, you wouldn't have. Yeah, 2 of you got 15. That's fine. My bad. I read that wrong. So you're completely fine there. All of a sudden, more blaster bolts fire, but this time it's from like directly in front of you as well as on high, and then all of a and then you all kind of like Power Ranger dodge out of the way. And then all of a sudden, walking out from behind the cloaking shield or this device or whatever it is like that, you see just these haphazard, like the best way to describe them is just like raiders. Like they're wearing like full head masks. They've got like, you know, atmospheric breathers on. You know, their weapons look shoddy. They're maintained, but they look, you know, cobbled together and everything.
Oh my god, we got attacked by Tuscan Raiders.
How many of them are there? At least from the surface level.
There's a handful of them. But you can definitely tell that these are not like putty patrollers or cogs or anything. These are people, which you know shouldn't be possible.
Merca will raise an eyebrow. We didn't think there was life over here.
Dwayne's actually going to put his hands up and he's going to be like, friendlies, friendlies.
They don't respond. They keep their weaponry going on, and then all of a sudden you hear from behind, all of a sudden, just this voice call out, "Stand down! Stand down!" And through the cloaking shield, or the cloak, the cloak. I'm just gonna call it a cloaking shield. Another person, comes running through and like starts like forcing them to lower their guns. Stand down! They're not enemies. Stand down. And he turns around to look at all of you. It's like, I don't believe my eyes. I've never seen rangers like you before. How did you find us?
SOS signal.
Worked. Oh, it worked.
We have.
Can we get outside of the sandstorm, please?
Yes.
I was about to say we have several questions, but I think right now we should probably get into whatever this cloaking thing is you have.
Yes, of course, quickly. Your ship, can you pilot it towards us? I will make sure that...
I'll do that.
I'll lower the defenses for but a moment, but you must be quick. Please, come. Everyone else, back to your stations, now!
Dwayne's going to do that. He's going to go right back to the ship and he's going to pilot it up, fly it in.
So, but for a brief moment, you notice, Dwayne, that the ship sensors revert to normal, and then as you pass through this like barrier, you're met with, again, it looks like a cobbled together society. There's a large circular wall made out of, you know, scrap remnants and all that other stuff. But it's a well put together society. In fact, it looks like something like this, you know, would have taken several years to build.
Is there any particular architecture that's familiar, or?
You notice that it's just architecture that's been built from scrap. Like, it's from the ruins of what they've been able to get.
Mm-hmm.
You get the feeling that this was maybe a small encampment or what. There is like a central structure which kind of looks like a base. It looks like a bunker of type deal. But yeah, I mean,
kind of like the tower in the center of the town.
Not like the tower in the center of the town. Like, it's a bunker, not a tower.
I mean, kind of like there's a central location that everything kind of goes around.
Yeah. You get the feeling like that whatever this society was, they kind of like their architecture was just like, they seem to start in the middle and then build outward.
That's literally what I was trying to.
Yeah. So like that. You get over the signal. It's like, just head towards the light up platform. There's a platform that is being flashed. You know, there's lights flashing where you need to land.
Do anyone land it?
Yeah. You all reconvene at this platform, and the individual then radios through on his own light communicator again, just like, okay, you can reset the barriers now, quickly. And all of a sudden, you notice that there's like like an electrical sort of sheen comes over this. You're basically in a walled circular city that has a dome over it. Think Corinth for Power Rangers RPM.
I was about to actually make that joke.
Yeah. I scarcely believe. Come, you must come into the base. And you notice that he takes off his like atmospheric rebreather and whatnot. You should be able to demorph here. It's fine. The dome technology that we've managed to salvage protects from the outside atmospheric interference and poisons.
Yep, Dwayne will demorph.
Nova will as well.
Same.
Marika,
Same.
Yeah, Marika will demorph.
So do you all demorph then? Just to double
Yep.
check?
Yep.
Okay, so you all power down, and instantly the man recoils at the sight of you, Scott, for a moment, but then he kind of goes, wait, no, you're not him.
Yeah, we
No,
kind of know.
I'm not.
We know.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just, again, well, I would assume you've already met our jailer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at all of you and he's like, Malodian, a Zybrian. Three of you, I'm not sure, and... Alpha unit?
Wait, you know what I am?
Yes, of course. I served with the army.
Would Marika recognize this guy after he takes his helmet off?
No. He's a rather older-looking gentleman. And of course, he did just say that Psycho Green is their jailer.
Marika would actually like give him like a standard like salute, and kind of like, if assuming she would have like some sort of like
Yeah. There's a standard
representation
one.
of her status, she would kind of like show her captain's badge.
Yeah. Captain. Very well, like that. I was a sergeant myself. Before, well, all of this. Please, come inside. I'm sure you have questions, and we'll be able to provide as
Sure.
many answers as we can.
So you have a question for us as well.
Most certainly.
Above game, I need to run to the bathroom. Do we want to take a quick
Um,
bio break here?
We're almost at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you are being led through into this bunker, again, you notice that there is a small form of, society here. It's all very, post-apocalyptic, but it's here.
It's rudimentary, but it works.
Yeah.
Is it
We're
Terminator
in a-
like, then?
We're in a Fallout scenario, basically.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, think of anything like like the world of the Coinless after Draken took over, or Terminator-esque, or anything that's post-apocalyptic. It's that. But yeah, there's you see some children running about, like that. You see like that. It's like you said, it's rudimentary, but it works. We've been broadcasting that signal for years. Long before I was even brought here. I had slowly started giving up hope. But now you're here, and we can move on to hopefully escaping this hellhole.
Do what we can. Can't guarantee much, though, unfortunately. First things first, how long have you guys been here?
Well, and he kind of leads you into like a large like office kind of room in this bunker that's been set up. It's not like an official like whatever this bunker was. It's you don't know what it was used for in the past, but it's kind of become a central hub. And he walks in. He said, I've been here for about 5 years. Was brought here after I was captured on the front lines. After, of course, I was transferred from elsewhere, but I suppose we should start at the beginning. As I said, my name is Sergeant. As I said, I was a sergeant. My name, that is Dan. I was a sergeant on the front lines, deep into the red zone at the time. As far as I know, I'm the only survivor from that front line still. If there are any others, they're at other prisons around the world. Around the universe, I should say. I was brought here after that psychopath deemed me useful. That I was emitting the right kind of energy sources. I'm not 100% sure what he was talking about.
I have a feeling we know exactly what he was talking about.
First things first, Captain. He looks over, Dan. My name is Nova. I am a former refugee from KO35.
Arrow.
Captain Marika Hammond.
I'm
Call me
Dwayne.
Scott. SPD Special Forces.
SPD?
Dwayne. Yeah. Also SPD.
So Commander Kruger survived?
Oh, he's surviving very well.
Yeah.
There's even more. And sorry, I've never seen an alpha unit like you. The last one I saw was on a visit long ago to the planet Edenoid before it fell.
Edenoid.
I
Go ahead.
I am an Alpha Sentinel. I am not a usual Alpha unit, and I am the last one.
I have never heard of the Alpha Sentinels, but if you are a ranger, then I assume the Edenites must have created you to be a ranger. So you saying you're the last one means, well, I'm sure that's quite the story. How did you all get here?
We've been tracking a mineral that Dark Spectre's forces have been using that has anti-grid properties. Our mission primarily here was to locate and either capture or, well, deal with the green, abandoned green supersonic ranger Trek.
Psycho Ranger.
Sure. Psycho Ranger.
That is the moniker
So
he has called himself.
That's an apt description.
Yes,
But
well,
while we were scanning the planet, we found your signal.
the radio wave, yes. We managed to send out a weak one. So that maybe any passing ship, smugglers or pirates, we'd take anything. Get close.
We do have our main method of transportation, we call it the Gamma. It's waiting in space. You speak of Edenoi. Actually, we have one of the surviving members of the Royal House of Edenoi as our mentor, Professor Daxian.
Crown Prince Daxian? And
Yes.
that doesn't come
Yes.
from Dan. You turn around and you see another individual enter. And he's a rather broad-looking Edenite.
So, sir, the princess has survived. So has the son of the king.
Prince Dex?
Indeed.
Met and fought alongside him.
He fights to bring your planet to justice, basically.
And the other honor guard? Were they with him?
Scattered, as far as we can tell. He's out there looking for him.
Now,
I should introduce myself. My name is Ridian. I am the captain of the honor guard. You said that you were with You said you are with Professor Daxian, yes? Are you in contact with him?
We can
Yes.
contact him, yes. Assuming your technology is...
Not blocking ours.
We can, Dan said, we can sort that out. It seems that we should probably convene a council. Ridian says, yes, of course, right away. I will send the message out.
Twitch, above game, do I know how many people the Gamma can hold?
It is a small freighter. I say small, it is a freighter.
Yeah.
You could easily get up to... how big was the Astromega ship?
I think
Fits 15 to 20 passengers comfortably.
No, that was the drop ship.
No, that's the Astro Mega ship. That's the
Is it?
stats for it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it says crew, 1 driver, up to 4 co-pilots, fits 15 to 20 passengers comfortably. That's on page 88.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
And
The Gamma is a prototype, so yeah. Yeah, you would.
Marika would turn to Dan and say, how many people approximately do you think you have in this place?
We have currently over 200 living in this small eat-out society. That maniac supplies us with enough provisions to last. Almost a sick game for him.
Well, it
that's
wouldn't be very...
about-
We could potentially fit all of you on our ship, but it wouldn't be comfortable. Some of you might have to sleep in the hallways.
Look, just
Can
the
I-
fact that you now know we're here is enough. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, like, above game. Do our Zords have compartments?
No.
I think the Zords are kind of out of the question right now.
So, as Ridian runs out of the room to convene this council, the camera pans away from the room that you were in, pans up into atmosphere, past the Gamma, and then through a distorted portal of sorts, where 3 figures are watching intently. Each of them glowing a color respectively, red, yellow, and blue.
Oh, fuck.
They're all wearing capes with hoods up, but from what anyone else can see, they seem to be flashing through different costumes.
Know who these are.
Oh!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where today's session ends.
I know who those are, and I'm very scared of what the implication of that is.
Man, imagine if I ignored the signal until after we dealt with it.
Well, again, I had 2 ways this could go. There was 2 ways this session could have gone. Both were viable. But after it starting out, I needed to steer you in the direction of both, so I gave you the choice.
And
But yeah.
at least I'll say this, we made the choice that we would make as Rangers, like, if it's to possibly save people or get what we need, we are possibly saving people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, this was a shorter session, and I know it was a bit more fast-paced. That's why there was no battle map, because I did have a larger session planned, but because of time constraints, I had to divide it. So what was initially a longer our longer 3.5 hour session that we normally do, it's down to 2.5 hours. And it actually kind of works out better because it allowed me to give this more lore dump. But yeah, this was cool. So next session will probably lead to going into battle against Psycho Rangers. Oh, the Psycho Ranger, sorry, Trek. And you now know that he has the thought to be destroyed supersonic morphers.
Not only do we know that, but above game, we know that the fucking Guardians of the Grid are watching us. The Morphin Masters are watching us. Fuck.
I don't...
At least Potentially
Well,
an emissary.
I'm not going to say anything.
Potentially.
I'm not saying anything. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in to this session. We're going. I'm going to preface this. The day of the street of the sessions will be changing, because even now I have to make arrangements because training days have switched for me. It's a fact of life, and of course, Hard Luck has his own training schedules that he has to stick to. So
Yep.
it's as much as I know it's going to be a pain to reorganize. It's just what we got to do. Okay.
Schedule conflicts and rescheduling are part of the gameplay
Mm.
experience.
Yes, it is. So if there's no session again for a while, I do apologize, but we are going to try and sort it out. It'll happen. Other than that, again, thanks everyone for joining. Thanks, for people are lurking, even if you just got in the background. I hope this was a better. I hope the pacing of this wasn't too disjointed. I tried to keep it as intact as I could, but I did cut out a lot of fluff. I hope you enjoyed Trek. I hope I did him justice, because he's described as a very egotistical coward, and that's a very odd combination. Because
So Starscream.
Yeah, kind of, but even Starscream's not that.
Starscream or rabbits.
Yeah, but even Starscream's not that much of a coward. Like, this guy is, like, if you read his description in Across the Stars, he is described as an opportunist to the nth degree. Like, he won't fight someone unless they are, like, fighting 5 other guys. Like, this guy is a coward, but he thinks himself above everyone. It's a really odd character, but if you read up on his lore...
So he is a cowardly wrestling heel.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to do it. So I tried to do as much justice to that as I could. Yeah.
If he was played in or by a WWE character, he'd be played by The Miz.
Yeah. Okay, so as I said, stay tuned to my Discord and my social medias if you need information on when the next session is. It's all there. Also, you can catch up. If this is your first time watching Power Rangers Cyberstrike, hello. And if you want to catch up on the story so far, you can go to my YouTube channel right here. Let's make sure about YouTube, where you can catch up on the previous 22 episodes. So I can't take up much more time because, like I said, we're on a time constraint. So we'd like to thank you for joining. Choco, who are you and where can they find you?
Hello, I am Chocolate Zombie 101. You can find me on Twitter at ChocoZombie 101. You can find me here on, at least for the moment, here on Tuesdays, playing Rika, and then whatever day we decide to switch to. Later on Tuesdays, along with Deluna, you can find me over on twitch.tv/Draco Magnus for Raleigh Rune de la Revalia, our homebrew D&D 5e campaign where we are going through an evil carnival, and oh boy, did shit go down last week.
Nice. Cryptic, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Cryptic Cyogen. You can find me at twitch.tv/cryptic_Cyogen, where depending on the recorded show length, you can find World Domination Wrestling at 7 or 8 o'clock Central. We've been having a fun time. And it's just a lot of fun and madness.
Fantastic. Luna, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hello, my name is 013. You can find me on Twitter at Deluna1338. On Twitch and YouTube at Deluna13. Tomorrow is my birthday.
Happy birthday!
I am actually today is my last session as a 20-year-old. I'm turning 30 tomorrow.
One of us. One of us. One of us.
I'm 40.
Shut up, old man.
Carry on.
Anyway, as Chocolate said tonight around 8 o'clock CST, you'll find me and him on. Sorry, there's a plane going over my house right now. But you'll find me and Choco on Draco Magnus' channel for our DSC session of that night. Friday, you will find me on his channel once again because it is time for some more Kingdom Hearts. We're gonna be doing. I believe we are going to the Disney Castle there, so that's gonna be a fun session.
Ah, Kingdom Hearts
Oh,
2.
I love that. I love the soundtrack for that world.
Yep. Monday is Pokemon Medilock and other streams up in the air. Whenever I want to, I'll probably do them. That's all I wanted to go. So next,
Fantastic. Hard Luck, who are you and where can they find you?
I am the internet's Mr. Hardluck. You can find me on twitch.tv/Mr. Hardluck. I am the current host of Yeet Elite Wrestling, the finest shitpost wrestling in the entire multiverse. I'm currently in the process of determining a new night to run. We had previously been running on Tuesdays, but due to my IRL wrestling training happening on Tuesday evenings, which is also part of why we're cutting today's session short, I have to reschedule maybe Sundays, but really not sure. But when I do come up with a date, I've got one more show before a big pay-per-view that we call Yeet Mania. Aside from that, I want to stream more, but I never do. Yeah.
That's fine. Rosso, who are you and where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at RosoRyu, that is ROSOHRYU. You can find me on YouTube at ROSOH. I play as Debug in Cryptic Cyajin's WDW show. I also play as R. Sawyer, the Undisputed Future, on MNW Warzone, which is on Saturdays. And I feel like I should mention that in a couple of weeks we will be having Multivania. And that's going to be quite the show. And I also tend to do a little bit of artwork. So those character images that you've seen on the screen that have been changing from unmorphed to morphed, I've done those. So yeah.
Yep. Rosso is one of the artists for this. It provides all the tokens for the good NPCs and the players. Finally, Tom, who are you? Where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Tom. You can find me here at twitch.tv/twitchtheperson on Tuesdays or whatever the new day is going to be.
And of course, a lot of the other art that you can see scrolling on your screen right now has been done by Tom. You can check out all their stuff on their Twitter. They're not hard to find. Just type in Dynamo Tom. Pay them. Hire them for art. Pay them. Pay your artists. Do you want to know how you can remove the watermark off your artist image, of your commission's image? You go to your PayPal and you pay them. Sorry, I had to get that one out. A friend of mine got screwed over quite recently. But yeah, and of course, you all know I am Twitch the Person. I am here every time I stream. I've been going through Final Fantasy 14 as it is, post Endwalker stuff. I stream Power Rangers Cyberstrike. I have other plans in the way. I also do a Just Chatting stream on Fridays now. I didn't do one this week because, again, I was busy. And also the reason that I need to change the days is because my training days are now on Monday and Tuesday for wrestling as well. I am not ring cleared. I am, however, allowed to do light work. So, making strides. Thank you all again for tuning into this. I really appreciate it. It baffles the mind that anyone wants to, tune into this crazy ass Power Rangers alternate universe I've created. Thanks again to my lovely cast. Pleasure as always. And we will see you next time. I only have one person that I can raid into. And that is going to be Kelly. They are currently taking a break from Final Fantasy 16 to play Street Fighter 6. So we're going to go raid into Kelly. Show some love. Remember, everyone, stay safe. Be kind. And if you can't be kind, just shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
And as always, Hail Pigeon.
Hail Pigeon.
Hail Pigeon. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.